Almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. For what is the worth of human life unless it is woven into the life of our ancestors by the records of history? We must not say that every mistake is a foolish one. A room without books is like a body without a soul. If we are not ashamed to think it, we should not be ashamed to say it. The distinguishing property of man is to search for and to follow after truth. The life of the dead is placed on the memories of the living. The love you gave in life keeps people alive beyond their time. Anyone who has given love will always live on in another's heart. The young man should be praised, honored, and made immortal. Love is the attempt to form a friendship inspired by beauty. Times are bad. Children no longer obey their parents and everyone is writing a book. We are not born for ourselves alone. A part of us is claimed by our nation, another part by our friends. There is a true law, a right reason, conformable to nature, universal, unchangeable, eternal, whose commands urge us to duty, and whose prohibitions restrain us from evil. The authority of those who teach is often an obstacle to those who want to learn. The face is a picture of the mind with the eyes as its interpreter. I criticize by creation, not by finding fault. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. Your enemies can kill you, but only your friends can hurt you. Oh, the times! Oh, the morals! More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. In times of war, the law falls silent. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by doubling our joys and dividing our grief. Read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goes out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. This law cannot be contradicted by any other law, and is not liable either to derogation or abrogation. Neither the Senate nor the people can give us any dispensation for not obeying this universal law of justice. It needs no other expositor and interpreter than our own conscience. Therefore, the wise man is always happy. He who obeys it not flies from himself and does violence to the very nature of man. For his crime he must endure the severest penalties hereafter, even if he avoid the usual misfortunes of the present life. Were my protests against the downfall of our country wrong, because you might think they showed ingratitude? For there is but one essential justice which cements society, and one law which establishes this justice. This law is right reason, which is the true rule of all commandments and prohibitions. For fear is but a poor safeguard of lasting power, while affection, on the other hand, may be trusted to keep it safe forever. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. For books are more than books. They are the life, the very heart and core of ages past, the reason why men worked and died, the essence and quintessence of their lives. The life given us by nature is short, but the memory of a well-spent life is eternal. While there's life, there's hope. Politicians are not born, they are excreted. The shifts of fortune test the reliability of friends. To study philosophy is nothing but to prepare oneself to die. Life is nothing without friendship. What is morally wrong can never be advantageous, even when it enables you to make some gain that you believe to be to your advantage. The mere act of believing that some wrongful course of action constitutes an advantage is pernicious. A happy life consists in tranquility of mind. It is a great thing to know your vices. It is foolish to tear one's hair in grief, as though sorrow would be made less by baldness. Our span of life is brief, but is long enough for us to live well and honestly. I am not ashamed to confess I am ignorant of what I do not know. When you wish to instruct, be brief, that men's, children's minds take in quickly what you say, learn its lesson and retain it faithfully. Every word that is unnecessary only pours over the side of a brimming mind. Freedom is participation in power. Though silence is not necessarily an admission, it is not a denial either. Law applied to its extreme is the greatest injustice. Where is there dignity unless there is honesty? The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. God's law is right reason. When perfectly understood, it is called wisdom. When applied by government in regulating human relations, it is called justice. The enemy is within the gates. It is with our own luxury, our own folly, our own criminality that we have to contend. Knowledge which is divorced from justice may be called cunning rather than wisdom. Ability without honor is useless. A friend is a second self. Never injure a friend, even in jest. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error.